Hi everybody, welcome to the Scott Show. This is the wrestling show. We are doing a little update on upcoming events in the wrestling world. I just wanted to get out a great podcast for you guys, give you some updates on what's going on. Because I know you've heard exactly what's going on with some things, some events coming up. I just wanted to give you the lay of the land. Because tomorrow is October, that means 3 months until the first of the year. So we'll get through all those pay-per-views. Now, Hell in a Cell is coming up on the 8th. It's a SmackDown pay-per-view. It is led by Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon in the Cell. They're going to be fighting Hell in a Cell on the 8th. Also, the New Day will be facing off against the Usos inside the Hell in a Cell. Shinsuke Nakamura will be facing off against Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. And I also believe that Baron Corbin will be facing off against AJ Styles for the U.S. Championship. So Hell in a Cell is looking good. It's at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. It'll be a very interesting pay-per-view, to say the least. The pay-per-view after that, which I might actually attend, which will be really interesting because I will podcast right after it is done, is WWE TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. That will be on the 22nd of October. It comes to you live from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Of course, like I said, I should be there live in person. Now, also, King of Pro Wrestling does come up here very soon. It is October 9th. So it's a little bit off of the grid that I was just talking to you guys about. October 9th, King of Wrestling, and that is led by the singles match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Okada against Evil. So you guys can check that out too. You guys can go to NewJapanWorld.com, check that out. Yeah, I believe it's also $9.99. So that should be interesting. Those are the big events for October. There's always TV stuff, Raw, SmackDown, but those are the big pay-per-view events for that. Also, WCPW Online has just announced that Stu Bennett, also known as Wade Barrett, is their new general manager, and they will be doing a big show on Monday called Refuse to Lose. Check that out. It is an iPay-per-view, and just so I don't forget, because I don't want to ruin a good thing, MLW One Shot coming up. And I believe that is on Thursday the 8th. No. Thursday the... Whatever Thursday is. It's coming up this week. Tony Schiavone and Rich Bocchini bring you all the action to that. So check it out. I think it's the 5th. So that'll be a great time. And over the weekend you can watch it on the iPay-per-view that they have at MLW/Deer.tv. On the 5th of September, you have Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory. It's apparently not called GFW anymore. It's called Impact. I still don't get that. I don't understand why they're doing all this flip-flopping with the names, but whatever works. And then you have Survivor Series, WWE Survivor Series, coming up in Houston, Texas at the Toyota Center. And that will be the 19th of November. The one closest to Thanksgiving. But even closer after Thanksgiving is Saturday, November 25th. 2 days after Thanksgiving. It is WWE Starrcade. And I don't know yet if that's going to be a pay-per-view or what exactly it's going to be. But you have the New Day defending against the Usos, if they're still the champs. You have Jinder Mahal facing off against Shinsuke Nakamura on a cage. You have Bobby Roode fighting in that match as well. And just figured out by WWE.com is you have Gallows and Anderson, the Raw team, who will be going over to SmackDown for a limited time, for just this little bit of time, to face off against the legendary WWE Hall of Fame team, the Rock and Roll Express. So check that out. That's WWE Starrcade. That's even weird to say. WWE Starrcade. And Charlotte Flair will also be there, so check that out. Maybe Cody Rhodes, as there was a thing between him and Michael P.S. Hayes online saying, hey, my dad came up with Starrcade. What the heck? So definitely check that out, WWE Starrcade. I almost said WCW. WWE Starrcade. There are some other events coming up for New Japan as well. Of course, there's always different stuff coming up. Global Wars is actually coming up, and that's October 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. And then there's Road to Power Struggle and Power Struggle. So lots of events going on there. But it is what it is. And then what we have is we have ROH Final Battle. Ring of Honor will be doing their final battle at the Hammerstein Ballroom. That's the 15th of December. And then 2 days after Final Battle, you have the last pay-per-view of the WWE calendar, WWE Clash of Champions. It's going to be a SmackDown pay-per-view. I'm kind of surprised they don't have a Raw pay-per-view. Maybe they might have one close to the end of the year, or beginning of the year before the Royal Rumble, which should be quite interesting what happens there. But Clash of the Champions will be December 17th. And maybe, hopefully they make it just as good as these Raw pay-per-views have been, because they have been just phenomenal. We'll see what happens and what they do to bring out the gold and make it happen. So, folks, those are the big matches coming up and big events that are coming up in the pro wrestling world. We'll probably have a lot more to talk about in pro wrestling. You know, like I said, Raw and SmackDown every week. Of course, January 4th, 2018, the big show in Japan at the Tokyo Dome. You're probably going to have Okada and Naito fight for the IWGP Championship. And you're going to have Kenny Omega do some kind of cool stuff. And you're going to have the Young Bucks probably get sued by the WWE again. If you haven't heard, the Young Bucks got sued and got sent a cease and desist letter by the WWE for giving the Too Sweet sign. Apparently that is a WWE trademark thing. And Vince is pissed. So, yeah. That's just other news in the wonderful, wonderful world of wrestling. If there's any other stuff coming up, I will get that info to you right away. We'll be talking about all the title changes and all the different events. Any of the WWE pay-per-views, the Hell in a Cell, TLC, Survivor Series, and Clash of Champions. We'll get a preview show and a review show, which we'll be putting up on Facebook and SoundCloud, Twitter, YouTube, and of course Speaker.com. So check us out there. And we'll be having lots more updates, because that's what we do here on the Scott Show. Make podcasts and make people happy. So you guys have a great rest of your night, and we'll catch you real soon.